at it that way. I know maybe you've seen it, you've experienced it, but let's not.
It's the norm. That's
I understand what you're saying. No, I understand what you're saying.
It's really the norm because if not, even I've gone when I came into Nigeria, I came in on the 1st of October. I've had malaria, my BP was high. I had the only thing I went down to school looking for job. Oh, do you have experience? Oh, you don't have. That's why I just said, since I'm even doing, because even though I'm still doing ministry somehow, but I'm not on my own. I'm Christ helpers. I'm not working now. Let me get even if it is a shop.
You're not working as a staff in the church, eh?
No, I'm not working as a staff.
Have you told them that you want a job?
I don't want the church matter. I just want to be on my own. Now, let me just build myself and from there, because if I was doing my own thing by myself now, since I finished, I won't be in business. Is it not for Lauren Shalakija? She is one of the richest women in Africa that's separated from her husband. As I'm telling you, if not that she has sold her house is opposite. When we moved into this estate, her house was opposite my parents' house. She used to come to our shop to stay. She used to make clothes before she started ministry, and they discovered oil on her father's land. Who is hearing story now that she's separated from her husband? She's financially. I want to be financially. The thing I'm doing, let me put in so that I can take care of my children. If I'm like in Europe, if I'm relocated to UK, I don't mind. The system is different. I will do cleaning job, do all those things. Even go to NHS and study. Those are some of the things I wanted. But here, in Africa, we go and do any job, and I can't do all those things like this. When I'm talking to you, my chest, my BP drugs, I just took some of them before coming out. So there are some even things that I know that I won't be. I would rather have a place where I know that I can manage.
You know, I discussed this thing with my panelists the other day. Why is it that some things that people will be willing to do abroad, they're not willing to do at home?
Because it's not the same. It's not the same because there, once you are with this age here now, you get when my sister-in-law left Nigeria to even when she was here, she was the minister. There was nothing like that. She's 10 years my senior, but when she got to
yes, but if you're having difficulties with feeding or accommodation,
I don't know how to explain. Unless you are maybe here, then you understand it. There are some things in Africa, in our Nigeria, as a pastor's wife and as a mother.
Actually, I understand. I just had it.
I won't want to bring, because my children now, they hardly come in here to come out. But me, if I have something I'm doing, I don't mind. But that's my own.
Okay. That has been maybe part of it is that the way people behave and the way people talk at home. Because that's something that I didn't even think about. Because they will look at it and they can insult you. They can just talk to you in a way that if you were abroad, at least those people will just know you are doing a job and won't speak to you in that way. That's part of it. Because
the system is our system here. Even when I came in here, the system is different. One of my neighbors, I don't know why she's trying. But she's going through some a major abuse at home. So the man is thinking that he's a people by probably married. So she was working somewhere in Korea. Maybe all these people that have their children are close, but their parents are home. So it's like a home there. So I don't know if it's closed down or she's dying, but because of the insult, I'm talking to you now because there is where I used to go and take water. Then sometimes when I want to charge my phone, I go and charge my phone there. But now when you come to their gate, they will say, there's no light, there's no water, things like that. So, okay, let's go back. So, now, what can you do on your own then? Because if people want to help you, they want to know what is it that you're planning to do. Because people don't want to leave their own relatives who also need assistance to come and help someone that they don't know, and they are not sure that the person is going to put that money to good use. Yeah, I understand. You understand, right? Yes. So So what is it that you would say that you had a little bit of funds now that you can even start? Yes, I like I said, I wanted to get a visa. Okay. So you're sure you're going to be able to secure that blast and safe, security-wise, yes. So that somebody will not come and steal it if So the shop I'm looking at, they have a place of security.
All right.
So I put it like that. Yes.
Is there any other idea that you have that you can just to?
Yes, like the freezer of selling.
Is there any way that you can try before you even get it to see if you can be a supplier to people who need it, like people that do events, like all those ministries and churches that you know. So is there any way that you can?
Where I'm staying currently, we have a lot of event centers. Yes. So what is?
Okay. So one of the things that I thought we were going to do was to you're not needing a lawyer because you already have the feeder lady. You only need to get the information she needs, right?
Yes, let me get then I take it up. Yeah, because they didn't, even though it's free, they say I did well, they are so Nigerian.
Okay.
I'm waiting for these people. I told my other brother they don't get back tomorrow or latest Wednesday. That's the day about 15 days. They told me 7 working. That was 15 working. Then I have to go to airport. Because from the testimony you give to them, they have to investigate. So me, I already told them that in case I'm going to airport, and I thought they were the judge that was handling the case. So maybe they investigated.
So hopefully,
but at least they need, so they need to get back to know if they are picking up or they are not. But I'm not that person.
Okay, just keep bothering them. So I'm going to publish this thing so that people can hear. At least they will get some of the lessons because that's how you fell into this thing. So what would you say now to somebody who is saying she wants to be a submissive wife and the husband is telling her things that will put her in a position where she won't be able to save herself when she's in trouble? How do you view that now as a Christian and as a person of
issue? Most of the time, I'm going to say to somebody who has that mindset, which I'm saying.
Can you increase your audio report?
Okay. What I'm saying is that even in my church, some of them it is not right. Even the Bible says in Proverbs 31, it says with our own money.
I can't hear you.
I'm hearing you.
Yeah.
It says with our own money, she considers the bills and advices. That means even God that created you expects you to have your own money because he knows the world is wicked. And we also look at even when Jesus was alive, the Bible says, look at Luke chapter 8, verse 3, say, the wife of so person supported him with their substances. So they had their own thing. They were not dependent on their husband. It is witchcraft and wickedness for a man to see that you are vibrant, you are young, you have a degree, and he expects to come and sit in the house. It's somebody who is feeling intimidated.
Because I think that it looks like that may have been what happened in your situation, and it happens with a lot of people. Because for a man who doesn't have a degree to come to somebody in school and marry her and lie to her that he has a degree, and then tells you that you won't work, and also knowing that you are a Christian and that you are a meek person, that you've chosen to be meek, they tell you these things and you feel like you're being submissive and you accept it. So
yes, not knowing that it's manipulation to keep it because it doesn't want me to have anything. When I was living in, I left him with a church of more than members, with money and everything. I left him with a Jeep. I don't know what happened to this car. This guy has been on my wanting me to sell that car.
He told you to sell it?
Yes, that his friend sells car. That was saying, bring your car.
To make sure that you don't have independence and that anything that can give you any type of light.
Well said, sir. So that is the challenge. Somebody don't want you to have anything. Now you are asking me to move back. Because me moving back is still bringing the little I have to come and but more than the church have dropped. So now it's me coming back.
But even if he has things to offer, how do you view him as a human being? Is this a human being that, because and again, all those years that he was pastoring the church and you knew him for real, how did it make you feel knowing that person that you're living with is a double-faced person and this is, and you know who he really is? How do you sleep at night? How do you feel when you know that.
We don't even say it got so bad that himself was saying it. I said, I left. If he went to spiritual answer, I don't know if it's one, but I know that thank God for prayer. Because when I've been praying and I go to bed and I'm sleeping, imagine if I didn't pray. I will feel hands. I'm not just feeling, people are asking me, I say I was going through that. Hands will be on my neck, trying to strangle me to death, but I won't see them.
Yeah, maybe spiritual, but it may also be psychological because you already know that you're with somebody who is unsafe. So your mind can also.
So most of all those things, so leaving now, you are not asking me to come back. Coming back to do what? The same spot. You have been in the same spot. You are not going. Every January you say you are repeating, and you are the one mocking me, laughing at me. You know, the depression.
How was he mocking you and laughing at you? Just for context.
When friends are there, you would look at your friend, look at the way you are. This one, look at Sinach, because Sinach and I were in the same. When I got to the university, the fellowship started in my room. We started that fellowship I was attending. So Sinach came there to meet me. So looking at Sinach where and looking at me where I am, it gives him joy. That you are not doing anything with your life.
But men like this, do they forget that they will also enjoy whatever that woman is bringing?
It is competition. Somebody don't want you to be richer than you. Okay, look at me, I have a car. Somebody wants me to drop the car again, so that the thing has sweet. Now you don't have the car, you are threatening. Now you want me to bring my own car. I will now sell it. Then you now use it and buy it. Then you'll sit in the house, then you're using the jeep. When I was when I didn't have understanding, that's what I was leaving. So my mother said, if my mother said to me, if I am in my mother said, don't come back. I said, Mom, my children. I said, Mom, my children, my husband. I ran down from UK. My mom said, stay there in UK. I said, Mom, my children. I will do a screenshot of my visa. I went, came back, got 3 years visa. This man, you know, every time I want to travel, he will tell you it's travel until my 2 years visa got expired. I went again, got another 2 years. When I want to travel,
what were you thinking? And while all that was happening, what were you thinking? What was going through your mind? You were thinking that somehow that God is going to deliver you and stop all this. Is that what you were thinking?
Probably. Because they will tell you pray.
Okay, because if this happens to someone close to you now, let's say your child, how would you advise your child?
Me, I'm already advising now. Yes. That who you marry matters. It's not just him. The kind of friends he follows matters. Because you just think it's him. It's when you enter, you now see all his friends are people who are, not that I'm looking down on them, people who are not educated, people who are not refined.
Yeah, because he's too afraid to be with people who are better than him. So that they won't see that he doesn't have anything. Instead of wanting to be with them and learn from them. That's what I see. Okay, that's an eye-opening thing. When someone doesn't want to stay with people who they can learn from or who is better or who are better than them. Okay. So even as a pastor now, you will not advise your daughters to be submissive in a way that puts them in as
no, it's even wrong, because when we look at even the Bible, it says we should submit one to another. So God is a win-win.
We submit one to another. This is where, say the verse again.
I think it's Ephesians. Ephesians.
So it's both parties submitting one to another, not just one. Oh, is this call cutting? Hello? That's a really interesting one. I never even thought about that. And I've seen that before myself. I've heard it before, submit one to another, but nobody talks about that. We keep on harping on wives submit to your husbands, with which I don't even have a problem at all. But that's what people use when they want to just, a lot of people use that when they want to oppress. And they keep touting that. But that same Bible has that portion where it says submit one to another. That is really, really interesting and eye-opening. I love that reminder. And it's from experiences of life that we start to dig deeper. Because if this lady hadn't experienced this, I mean, I wish she could come back online. Her network is really, really bad. Because if she hadn't experienced this, my gosh. If she hadn't experienced this, I want to ask her directly. If she hadn't experienced this, she probably would be one of those who would be saying to people, the Bible says, submit to your wife, to your husband. Because if her husband was treating her right, she wouldn't have anything to think about, anything to make her feel like that verse is risky to be interpreted the way that people like to interpret it generally. This is really eye-opening. And that's why the truth is, all the things that we have for culture and religion as a society, these things are supposed to be guides for us. They will help us to have a good and peaceful existence, but they have to be applied with common sense. Yeah. So that was a really, really great eye-opening moment right there, because what you said about submit one to another, I've been hearing it, I've been seeing it, reading it, and we usually forget that because people are always, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing.
Because the truth is that people are always harping on only the other one that says, wife, submit to your husband. And then I'm thinking, if you hadn't faced this from him, if you had a good caring husband, what? There's a phone ringing.
When I discovered it, yes, I was always saying it. But you know, the people just, sometimes when I even minister in the church to my women, the men who are meeting, if this kind of message I'm preaching in your church, we take our families out of it.
Whereas it's also from the Bible, but they want to close that one and use only the one that they want to use to oppress. Like I was saying when you were on. Yeah, I'm listening.
So most of them, you never gonna tell them who have corrected it. So man, you can leave your wife in the church. So I told myself, even if I can't move back to that. Yes. I can't even move back to that kind of setting.
Manipulation is witchcraft. You know, when you said that, I was very happy, because this is what I always say. I say, no, that kind of behavior, that is witchcraft. Witchcraft is not what people talk about when they say somebody is putting poison or something. Witchcraft is even in your behavior, right? When you're trying to manipulate people, to oppress them and to use them for your own benefit, it's witchcraft.
So I just thank God that at least, because it got to a point where I will beat you to death. 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 I say, no, I get children to raise. Okay, children that even though I'm here, they are going through all this trauma. If I'm not here, what will happen to them? Going through all this trauma when I'm alive. No, it won't happen. Okay. A lot of women have been wasted through all of these issues.
That's very sad, and our society encourages it. And and it's really, I would have been blaming society just easily like that. But you know, how do you, if this is what you're growing up with and it's a habit that you have and it's a way of thinking, how can we even really blame people? Because that's even what put you there in the first place, for you to have agreed right from the time that you were in school that you wouldn't work, and because you're being submissive. So you've forgiven yourself, right? How do you feel?
I'm happy because I had the courage and the strength to pull out of it, because it wasn't, I went through so much. All our friends, the people I knew, even the people in London, when they invite me, they don't invite me again. The people that go UK, the stigma is something else. But I thank God that in the end God gave me victory, because I just said I only have one life to live. When all of you go, I have children. So I'm forgiving myself, and I believe that God allowed me to go through it so that I can help other people.
Perfect.
Because
absolutely,
if you didn't go through it, you won't be able to hear what they are saying today and help people.
You won't learn something.
Because
like that submit one to another. It won't be big for you. And everybody that hears this thing is going to remember, oh, that's true, there's a verse like that. So
yes, they hide it.
They want to choose the one that helps them to oppress people.
Yes.
Okay.
It's witchcraft, because you can't keep living like that. As I'm telling you now, it's not, because one of the things is even wisdom. If I'm going to set up anything, it's going to even be wisdom, because I don't know the system here. Because even my lawyer was like advising me, if they find out you are doing anything, they will not want him, because I'll send the papers to you. Maybe if you send me your
number, that's not
I'll send it to you.
Okay.
I'll send you the papers to you so you can see.
Which part? Which lawyer? Is it that man? No, what you were saying, you said that somebody told you that if they even find out that you have any way of earning income, like a job or a business, that what will happen? That what? They said what?
That the court will tell you not to give me anything or whatever, but I can't keep living.
Okay, you know what? The system there is skewed in favor of the man.
You are supposed to be following what me I want.
Maybe he may be doing the same thing to his wife. He may be doing the same thing to his wife, so he can't see any sense in removing someone from somebody else's manipulation. Okay, so I think I think I will end this here now, because what you need for people to hear has already been said. Or is there anything else that you want to share?
I think what I really need, that's what I was telling you, to do something for myself. Yeah. Even if it's 1,000, 2,000, I'm making a day to cover up for me and my children. Yeah. Don't want